In 1 Samuel 2, verse 12, it says, Eli's sons were scoundrels. They had no regard for the Lord. As you engage in chair oblique crunches, strengthening your core on obliques, remember to strengthen your spiritual core by regarding God highly. Just as a strong core stabilizes your body, a strong faith in Jesus Christ stabilizes your life. So don't let worldly distractions or sinful tendencies weaken your relationship with God. Instead, focus on deepening your connection with Him and let His strength guide you through. I'm Roman Hunter. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about chair oblique crunches, or seated chair oblique crunches, whichever way you'd want to phrase it. This exercise is a wonderful exercise for the oblique muscles. It's a wonderful core exercise, and it's specifically for persons who have difficulty doing the oblique crunches in lying or in standing position. Let's say for whatever reason you're unable to weight bear or you're unable to stand for any prolonged period of time. This exercise is right for you. Okay, this exercise can be done at home. It's a really simple exercise. It can be done in the gym. It can be done in the park. It can be done pretty much anywhere. Once you're seated, find a chair somewhere. You can sit down on a wall. You can sit down on a rock. You can sit down, just find a place that you can sit down comfortably, and you can perform this exercise. It's the same as the standing oblique crunches, it's only that you're seated. All right, so I'm not going to go through too much of this. I've already done a video on the standing oblique crunches. It's similar. The only difference is that you're in a seated position. And it's a wonderful home exercise. You can incorporate into your home exercise program to really work your core. All right, just a different way of working your core. You're going to put the hands behind the ears, not behind the head. So I'm going to show you hands behind the ears like this, not behind the head. So you're not holding on to the back of the head, just behind the ears in this position, as you can see here. And I'm seated in a chair, feet flat on the floor, knees bent 90 degrees, hips bent at 90 degrees. And I'm seated, hands behind the ears. And all I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and rotate like I'm looking under the armpit of the opposite side. So I'm rotating to the left side. I'm attempting to look under the left armpit. Okay? And as I'm attempting to look on the left armpit, I'm going to bring up the left leg to meet the right elbow. It doesn't have to touch it. You can touch it if you want, but it doesn't have to touch it. So it's just a rotation there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm rotating to the right side. I'm attempting to look under the right armpit. And as I'm doing that and rotating this way, as you see here, I'm rotating this way. As I'm rotating, I'm bringing up the right knee to meet the left elbow. All right? Bringing up the right knee to meet the left elbow. So you can do one side at a time if you want. And then once you're finished, you can do it according to time. You can do it according to sets and reps. Once you finish that side, you can do the other side. If you want to alternate, you can do both sides. Alternate between the right and left side. And remember, throughout this whole time, you want to make sure that you brace your core. You keep your core nice and engaged, as I'd gone through from before, is as if you're preparing to receive a punch in your stomach, right? Someone is going to punch you in your stomach and you're preparing to receive that punch in your stomach. You're tensing up. That is what I mean. Another way you can do it is just find a belly button, move a couple inches over to the side, just below the last rib, and you're going to just go ahead and breathe out. And as you breathe out, you find your fingers popping out and away from the abdominal area. And that is what I mean by bracing your core. Or you can just tense up as if you're about to receive a punch in your stomach. Just keep that tension there in the abdominal muscles as you perform this exercise, and you'll get the maximum benefit from this exercise. All right? So again, Another benefit of sitting down while performing this exercise is that you really stabilize the pelvis down. All right. So whilst you would have been doing this in standing position, you have a lot of movements, a lot of exaggerated movements going on, especially as you try to balance while performing this exercise in standing position. When you're seated, you're more stable, you're more balanced, you're stabilizing your pelvis down. So you have limited movement occurring and you have more emphasis on your core musculature. And you have to do it fast. Just take your time, rotate. As you're looking under each armpit, rotate, rotate. And try to avoid moving the elbows too much. I mean, they may move a little bit, but try to avoid bringing it down like this. Try to avoid doing that. Keep the elbows locked out, so you're leaving it's as if you're bringing the elbows to the back, like you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're pulling the elbows back, keeping them out to the sides as you perform this exercise. If it is that you have difficulty and you want to, reduce the level of difficulty, you can keep the feet planted on the floor and just rotate. And if this is too hard for you, you can put your hands by your chest and do like this without moving the legs. If you want to move the legs, you can move the legs. Another way of doing it, I've seen persons hold their hands out to the side, touch the toes. Touch the toes. But just remember, the key thing is to keep your core tight. Keep the core tight. So I'm just moving from one side to the next, have the hands out to the side, reach down, touch the toes, maintaining that tension in the core as you perform this exercise, and you get a good workout in the abdominal muscles. It's a wonderful core exercise. And if the chair has a backrest, try not to be leaning onto the backrest. Don't depend on the backrest. You're sitting up, the back is unsupported, so you get that good contraction, you get that good engagement of all the postural muscles. All the core muscles are involved, all the core muscles are engaged, all the postural muscles are involved and engaged as well. You get a nice, good workout from front, side, and back, top and bottom. Okay? So again, hold your hands out to the side, rotate, reach down, touch the toes. Left hand to right foot, right hand to left foot. It's a wonderful core exercise to include into your program. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Roman Hunter. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.